Alex is the classic example of someone who's done everything right. He graduated with a degree, landed a steady job, made a habit of saving, and even took on extra gigs to boost his income. He's followed every financial tip out there, budgeting carefully and quickly clearing debts. But despite all this, Alex's savings barely grow. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Like Alex, you may have diligently followed advice, yet still feel stuck financially. So why are you still not getting ahead? The answer goes beyond the usual advice of spend less, save more. There are often deeper, more subtle factors at play. Let's look at why this happens and what you can do about it. 1. Escape the just enough income cycle. Many people grow up believing that hard work is all it takes to get ahead. But an adequate income can be a trap, keeping people on the edge of financial stability without ever truly progressing. Most people earn just enough to cover the basics, not enough to save or invest effectively. According to a Federal Reserve survey, 37% of Americans would have difficulty covering a $400 emergency. This isn't due to excessive spending, it's simply the trap of an income that's barely enough. 2. Stop relying on outdated financial advice. A lot of us grew up with the financial wisdom passed down from older generations: get a stable job, save, and expect a pension for retirement. But today, wages have stagnated, living costs have soared, and pensions are nearly extinct. The Economic Policy Institute found that wages for 90% of Americans grew by only 26% between 1979 and 2019, while essentials like healthcare, housing, and education became significantly more expensive. To thrive in today's economy, it's essential to update your financial strategies. Consider boosting your income through investments, learning new skills, or starting a side business. 3. Watch out for lifestyle inflation. Imagine that as you start earning more, you reward yourself with a nicer place, a better car, or more nights out. This is lifestyle inflation, and even the most disciplined savers can fall victim to it. Bankrate found that 34% of Americans with higher incomes earning $75,000 or more still live paycheck to paycheck, often due to lifestyle inflation. Avoiding lifestyle creep requires commitment to living below your means. Rather than increasing spending with every raise, aim to save or invest part of it instead. 4. Don't overlook the power of investing. In today's world, saving alone isn't enough. With inflation, the value of idle money decreases over time. This is why investing is essential. Even small amounts can grow significantly over the years through compound interest. For instance, a 25-year-old investing $500 per month in a diversified stock fund with an average return of 7% annually could retire with over $1 million by age 65. Compare this to a savings-only approach, which would yield just $240,000. 5. Learn the difference between good and bad debt. The idea of avoiding all debt isn't necessarily wise. While high-interest debt can be burdensome, good debt like low-interest loans used to start a business, buy property, or pursue higher education can be a tool for building wealth. The Federal Reserve reports that individuals with higher education, often supported by student loans, tend to earn more over their lifetimes than those without. Knowing when to use debt strategically is key to building wealth, rather than simply fearing it. 6. Diversify your income sources. Relying solely on a paycheck leaves you financially vulnerable. Wealthier individuals and families typically have multiple income streams. This doesn't mean taking on several full-time jobs, but rather supplementing your main income with side hustles, freelance work, investments, or passive income sources. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, about 30% of Americans have extra income outside of their primary job. Diversifying income can provide a safety net and help you grow your wealth faster. 7. Don't let fear hold you back. It's natural to crave financial security, but being overly cautious about risks can limit your growth. Whether it's a fear of investing, switching careers, or starting a side venture, clinging to what feels safe can prevent you from building wealth. Clinical psychologist Dr. George Pratt explains that fear is often an unseen obstacle, pushing people to avoid the necessary risks for growth. Building wealth requires some level of risk, whether through investments, career changes, or starting something new. 8. Align your financial goals with your values. Sometimes we chase financial goals without a clear understanding of why. Defining what wealth means to you, whether it's early retirement, travel, or reduced work hours, can provide clarity and motivation. An article in the Harvard Business Review suggests that setting specific, personally meaningful financial goals can create more sustainable progress than vague aspirations. If your financial goals lack definition, the journey to achieving them may feel aimless. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.